Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. I hope that you guys are having a good day so far, wherever this video finds you. Obviously, I can't be in the building today, so this video should suffice to help explain away any questions. It should also give a pretty brief and hopefully clear overview of what you should be doing today, wherever you happen to be. So today, this video will cover vocab, grammar, and then we'll hopefully answer the main questions on Elizabethan presentations, which you should still be working on. So your student learning objectives for today: students will continue to learn vocab, grammar, and will continue to work on their Elizabethan presentations. Those are going to be the biggest things that you are working on for today's class period. So your bell ringer for today: which topic are you choosing for your presentation? If you don't know, then choose one from the Google spreadsheet and tell me here. So if you didn't know, I have posted the links to your Google Sheets up here. So if you click on them, then this will show you where you should have filled out your topic. So let's say you forget which topic you chose, then you can just find your name there. If you haven't chosen a topic yet, just choose one of these topics and we'll get back to that towards the end of the period. So make sure that you have answered that and that you know what one topic, remember, you're not doing multiple, you are doing just one topic you're doing for your presentation. Okay, so your vocab word for today is euphemism. And a euphemism is when you substitute an inoffensive term for an offensive one. So it sounds kind of backwards, but it's really like you have an offensive or coarse or rude or kind of crass saying, and you substitute it by saying something a little nicer, but still meaning the same thing. So, AKA saying something nice instead of saying something crass or rude and still meaning the same thing. So let's look at some examples of euphemisms. So a euphemism. People frequently use the euphemism passed away to replace the word died because passed away isn't as harsh. So most of the time, we're not going to say oh, his mom died. We're not going to say that to their face, or we're not going to ask hey, I heard that your mom died. It's a little blunt, and so it's kind of harsh. So most people will use the euphemism passed away because it's a little more gentle. So, hey, I heard that your mom passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. So passed away is a euphemism for died. It's just not as harsh, but it still means the same thing. Another example. When you guys ask, may I use the bathroom? Can I go use the washroom? That is a euphemism for can I go poop or can I go pee? That's the most basic, most blunt way of asking it, but kind of crass, very straightforward, and it would probably be a little embarrassing too. So we use the euphemism, can I go use the bathroom? So a euphemism is a substitution for something that's kind of harsh or coarse or less savory. So we say something a little more gentle. It's kind of like, a euphemism is kind of like a code word. It's like sugarcoating something, and we really know what we're talking about. So a euphemism is just making something sound a little gentler than it could. So that's a euphemism. Also, just a quick reminder, yet another one, that this Friday we will have our weekly vocab quiz. So make sure that you are studying these words. I will put up a list tomorrow of the words that will be on your quiz and just other topics. So be looking out for that. Moving on to grammar. We have been talking about apostrophes and hyphens this week. And so we're going to continue talking about hyphens today. Yesterday, when we were talking about hyphens, we talked about how hyphens are used in compound words, or words where you take two separate words and combine them to form one idea. So like in-laws, or ex-boyfriend, or warm-up, or bell ringer. Both of those things are words that stand on their own, but when we combine them together, they represent their own unique idea, and so they need to be joined by a hyphen. Really, a hyphen is just a way of connecting words to create one idea. So it's the same thing with adjectives. So if you have an adjective or a description of something that is more than one word, you need to hyphenate it. So the technical definition here, you should hyphenate 2 or more words that come before a noun and act as a single adjective to describe that noun. So if you have an adjective that describes a noun and it comes right before it, and that adjective or that description is more than one word, you need to put it together. So some common examples. In depth. So we need to take an in-depth look at this year's budget. What kind of look do we need to take? An in-depth one. So because in-depth is the description for how we are going to look at this year's budget, but it's still 2 separate words, we need to join it with a hyphen. My sister is a very strong-willed little girl. So what kind of little girl is your sister? A strong-willed one. It is describing her stubbornness. So strong and willed, 2 separate words, yet again, join them with a hyphen. Susan is the most straight-laced person I've ever met. She never does anything bad. What kind of person is Susan? She is straight-laced. You can zoom in to get a close-up view of your subject. What kind of view? A close-up view. And it is for our end of semester tests this week. This one's a little tricky. What kind of tests? The end of semester tests. So whenever there is a multi-word adjective describing one thing, strong-willed, in-depth, straight-laced, close-up, end of semester, multiple words, but when they're combined, they form one adjective, got to hyphenate them. So that is our grammar for today. So we use hyphens wherever multiple words are joined together, acting as an adjective, or just being a compound word, or between spelled out numbers, fractions, etc. So that is very quickly hyphenated adjectives. So in depth, strong-willed, straight-laced, close-up, end of semester, those all need to be hyphenated. Okay, so for class today, what you are going to do, you are going to work on your presentations about your chosen topic during the Elizabethan period. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go and watch the Google Meet recording from yesterday. Straightforward. Just go and watch that Google Meet recording. Don't send me an email asking a question before you watch that video, because the first thing I'm going to respond and say is, did you watch the Google Meet recording? If you have, and you've watched this, then I'll answer your question. Otherwise, there's a reason I uploaded, so you guys can use it. If you were not in class yesterday or did not choose a topic, go to the Google Sheet at the top of the classwork page and put your name under a topic that you would like to research and then hit enter. Again, only one topic. So there's 6 different topics that you could choose from. You're only choosing one, and that's what you'll make your presentation over. So just a general redescription. If you kind of remember what you need for your presentation, you can skip over this next minute or so. But otherwise, just remember, as you are making your presentation today, these are the things that you need. Still making announcements after school. Never goes away. Okay. So you should have already chosen your topic. Again, just one topic. And you can check the Google spreadsheet if you've already forgotten which one you did. Okay, this can go away. There we go. Okay, so again, some general requirements. You need at least 5 slides in your Google Slides presentation that you're going to be making. So at least 5 slides. Each presentation, which is going to be recorded on Flipgrid, needs to be at least 3 minutes long. So like I said yesterday, there's no specific sentence count or word count, but you need enough information to be able to talk about your subject for 3 minutes. Aim for like 3 to 5 minutes. If it's any longer than that, you're going to start knocking off points. If it's any shorter, you're going to knock off some points too. When you record on Flipgrid, you're going to be presenting your slides. So make sure your slides look good. Don't just do like a white background and black lettering like me. But make sure that just make it look professional. That's all I'm saying. So don't put in any grammatical errors. U is spelled Y-O-U, not Y-H-U. Don't use like to or the letter U or YK for you know. Like, no, none of the texting lingo. Just make it look professional because other people are going to be seeing this. You should have at least one picture on every slide. As I said yesterday, especially if you're doing the fashion or the medicine or the food, that's going to be really important. So include a picture on every slide. Each and every sentence should be a complete sentence. You may use bullet points, but make sure it's complete. Don't just like no choppy sentences. Absolutely no copy or pasted material. Someone asked yesterday, what about pictures? Well, pictures are fine. But when it comes to wording, paraphrase everything. Put it in your own words. Don't copy and paste it. And then finally, you'll need a resources slide at the end of your presentation that lists all websites or books that you used in your research. So again, the biggest things here, just include enough information to talk for at least 3 minutes. Okay. As we talked about yesterday, if you are confused on where to start in this assignment right here, it's the same one that you're going to be working on today. We looked at it yesterday. There's that presentation right here. This is going to be your lifeline if you are unsure of where to start. Because if you access this, you'll see again the general requirements. And then for each topic, like no matter which one you chose, you have some questions that can help guide the beginning of your research. They've made 3 announcements in like 3 minutes. It's ridiculous. So sorry, where was it? Each topic has unique questions that can help guide your presentation. So if you don't know where to start, just start by looking at these questions and trying to answer them. And if you can answer these questions and put them on a like Google slide, you'll have more than enough for a presentation. You are more than welcome to do your own research in Google, but I've also added some websites for each and every topic that will help you find information. So it's not like this is only for topic 1. Topic 2 has their own questions and own resources. Topic 3, again, own questions and own resources. So if you're not sure where to start by trying to answer these questions and using these resources to help answer. So what you're doing today, you are going to continue working on your presentations, at least 5 slides. Eventually you'll need enough information for at least 3 minutes of presenting. I think that most of you will be able to finish, if not get close to finishing these today. So if you have questions, check this out first, ask a classmate, and then, only then if you are still confused, then send me an email. But know that I probably won't get back to you for a while. So that's why you should try to figure it out yourself first. But if you have any questions, you can email me. But hopefully this covered most of your potential confusions. So here's your requirements on a couple different presentations. If you forgot who you have, you can check it out at the top here. If you haven't chosen a topic yet, you can choose today and start the research process right there. So that should be it. Make sure that you've filled out your bell ringer, and otherwise I will see you guys on, well, if not Thursday, then Friday.